Kris Tyson has lost everything. Uh-oh. Remember Kris Tyson?
Yeah, he's the guy who worked with Mr. Beast and decided he was a woman.
Massive day for the unemployed. Whatever happened to Kris Tyson? Since the whole Shadman debacle, it's been pretty much radio.
Wasn't Shadman like a pedo lolly artist or something?
He is a pedo lolly artist. He nearly exclusively focused on that.
Like, if I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But that's just what I heard.
Yep.
Yeah? Oh. Oh.
Hasbro has a couple bad takes in this video, and a lot of good ones. So it'll be fun.
Not good, huh?
So silent. Until in late 2025, Neon apparently saw Kris working in a movie theater.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi!
Is that for Mr. Beast?
That is... No, that's not Mr. Beast.
That's him.
No, wait, that's actually...
If that is him, he is not dressed as a woman there. He is definitely being a man there, so that's interesting.
Oh, wait, for real?
Which brings us to our question. Whatever happened to Kris?
Bro, who knows
Kris
that actually who it
Why
is?
Kris Tyson will soon be a nightmare for Mr. Beast, and the response was overwhelming.
I watched that video, and I largely agreed. Because, yeah, a lot of parents aren't going to be wanting their kids to watch this young individual's experimentation with gender.
Negative.
Absolute psychopathic behavior, bro. Have some shame and decency before you can put out a video like this.
Sunny V2 was vindicated. I think he
was right all along.
He was. And I actually agreed with him, and I looked up his video now. You'd see my... I left him a like.
He was.
knew.
Did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew...
This... It's actually a pretty cool fan-made anime picture.
Drew you so well.
But what's so weird, one part's so weird about it, it just looks nothing like Mr. Beast. Yeah, that is the reaction I would give if someone I knew pulled up an anime girl and say, oh look, they drew you. It's like, it's absolute awkwardness.
Brother,
That's just the tip of the iceberg for Kris Tyson.
I started taking HRT and like I was amazed. Like after 2-3 weeks, I just started having a mental clarity.
Clarity so...
Yeah, you shouldn't... Don't be putting heels on your child when they're this young, whether they're a girl or a guy.
Powerful, a transfer to Chris's kid. Mad weird.
instead of focusing on why Sonny made the video, people focused on his comments about Chris's personal choices.
I feel like the implication of that sentence is go back. Actually, don't explore what makes you happy. Don't do what you want to do.
The thing is, you don't live isolated in the world. When you have a family and people around you, you saw the expression on Mr. Beast's face there. If you're making everyone feel all creepy and wrong, I mean, if all you care about is yourself and fuck everyone around you, it's a very selfish attitude, but yeah, you do you. It would have been a completely different story if he had done this without having a family, without having a little boy. But the fact that he's married with a wife and a kid, and then I bet you his wife married a man. She didn't marry a woman. And to transition after marrying, you should probably check if your spouse is okay with that. Because they married a certain gender, and it's completely good, legitimate grounds for divorce if suddenly the person you married decides they're another gender.
Thing is that people like Ludwig and Hassan are never going to they're never going to acknowledge that a huge percentage of the population are uncomfortable with trans people. They're never going to acknowledge this because it's not financially beneficial.
And also the audience they've cultivated would be very upset.
and to Ludwig's credit, he doesn't talk about any political shit at all now, right? So it's not like he's trying to play both sides anymore. He just tries to not be part of the game, which is respectable. But back then he did, and he got a lot of hate for it, which was, I think, deserved. Because you can't play both sides of this game and be like, oh, I'm not political, but I always have all the right opinions, right? Like, that's fucking cringe as shit. So the truth is, like, a lot of people don't like the trans shit. They don't. You can be okay with it. That's fine. But you got to understand that, like, if you have a global, especially global audience.
Yes, globally, there's even less acceptance to the trans stuff.
That's right. That's a different situation. It is. It's a totally different situation.
Dude. I still remember when someone said this dude would hide a bite in a zombie apocalypse, and it still rings true to today.
Damn.
This is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare. He's my friend. Things are fine. All this transphobia is
remember
piss me.
this tweet from Mr. Beast too.
Yeah.
Extremely transphobic and disgusting.
People were pushing this transphobia thing on Sunny V2 very hard back in the day. That doesn't change the fact.
Well, the thing is that, like, if being like saying somebody's transphobic does,
I bet you there would only have been, that backlash would have been half of what it was if he wasn't married to a beautiful woman and had a kid. At that point, if he had been single and he decided to do this, well, you do you. But after you marry, and I bet you some people are like, you had a wife like this and you threw her away to go on a self-discovery adventure, some people jealously might take issue with that. So yeah, him being married doubled the intensity of the backlash.
doesn't mean that they're wrong. Like, if enough, like, you could say, like, for example, you can say the Middle East is homophobic, but if you want to release Brokeback Mountain in Saudi Arabia, you're not going to have a good opening box night. Right? I mean, that's it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could call people names and words all you want, but it's not going to rewrite reality.
Yep. Absolutely.
Back then, Chris destroyed his marriage for this.
Wasn't one of our 52 genders.
There's also this YouTube channel people are
That's it?
speculating is Kris Tyson, which says this isn't a real account to Ava Kris Tyson.
Who knows?
It's weird for an account that is not Kris Tyson posting about, you know, Chris's son.
We're trans girls. We be yapping.
Yo, trans girls be yapping?
That's
Yeah.
it's not a trans girl thing.
What the f? And then Chris went to hang out with, like, Boblax or something. I didn't even realize Chris...
Isn't that fat retard that made videos talking and complaining about me? That's a fat retard that was talking shit about me, wasn't it? There's a lot of them, so it's hard to keep track of all of them, but I think he's one of them. Yeah, and now, oh, that's right, because he was...
The thing is about this dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. About that issue, there was a time where being trans was a shield, and you could do... no one was allowed to question you, like around 2020. And so there are bad actors in the world. If you're a bad actor who wants to be able to get close to kids without anyone giving you shit, the left created a venue for them to do this. And obviously there's going to be bad actors to take advantage of it.
Complaining that people that like, so that's right. So he was mad that people didn't make videos making fun of me. And then I said that if he did one, I would watch it on my stream, and then he never did. And then I said I was going to watch a hate video about him that was 40 minutes long, but I was busy and I didn't have time. I never watched it. I got to watch it one of these days. We're going to have to watch that. It was an internet anarchist video, I believe. We're going to watch that. He's a fat retard, by the way. Something happened at VidCon and Vobox went crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. You turn into a fat retard.
Said this, but this is more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs me to come back when I leave for like 2 days.
Tucker jump scare.
Film. He is so loved and happy. I still think putting your male child in heels is abusive, though.
I think putting your child that age, whether girl or boy, in heels is abusive. I don't think children that age should be wearing heels. But I do agree, especially boys.
I mean,
I think putting a kid like that in heels... it's the kind of thing that if this is the only point on the graph, I'm not going to try to draw.
It's a pretty dark point, Asmongold. Very, like, it's someone taken the pen, put the pen down, circled it like a dozen times, make sure everyone can see how dark it is. It's a very dark point on the graph.
Are aligned with it. But it's like the other stuff, like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's weird, right? If that was the only thing that somebody ever did that was weird, nobody would even worry about it. It's the other stuff and the trend.
Case is so cut and dry today, but I still remember it was a good week before people like Ludwig and even Critical said anything about Kris or Kris Tyson, if you will.
Because people are afraid of going against the manufactured consensus that everybody's on board with people being trans. That's why a lot of big creators don't want to say it.
Yeah, they don't want to face the backlash. And also, Twitch as a platform has very specific leaning, and you could get banned if you express certain views.
You think about how much hate I get for saying what I say. Most people don't want to step into that. And I respect that, by the way. Like, the only thing I don't respect is people that want to have political opinions, but they don't want to actually, like, be held accountable for them. So, like, whenever, like, Ludwig was, like, doing these videos, and then, like, he would be, like, trying to always have the PC opinion on things, like, or Pokimane doing this, like, I always hated the way that people would act that way. I really didn't like that. But, like, if you just simply don't want to get involved in social issues, that's fine. But, like,
Agreed.
if you do, only whenever it's, like, a general consensus thing, I think it's, like, super cringe.
Only get worse as more evidence of
Yeah, people that just go along with the consensus, you can never be sure if that's really their own views or they're just saying what the consensus is without even believing in it.
Ava talking inappropriately with minors came out, which...
Oh.
That happened, yes.
That's bad. That's really bad. I didn't... What?
He also hanged out in Discord servers with kids where inappropriate things were said and posted.
Get worse as more evidence of Ava talking inappropriately with minors came out, which turned some people's attention away from Ava and towards Mr. Beast. The controversy was massive.
Yeah. What is Unky been posting now?
Saying that her past tweets and actions were just edgy jokes and that she had decided to step away from the Mr. Beast company for good.
Then I remember Mr. Beast hired independent investigators to look at his company.
I remember that.
I forgot all about this.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, Asmongold.
Holy.
Yes.
Damn.
And investigators did what they were paid to do, which is find nothing.
Hey. Why are you propagating rage over old drama instead of addressing a new James Charles accusations? Do you actually care about protecting children? There's new James Charles accusations? What is this here?
Well, it's because there's no videos or no good video about that new drama has been presented to Asmongold yet. I'm sure he'll react to it and farm it when the time comes.
I'm going to pull you up. You're getting pulled up in the middle of a video.
And we are skipping this because drama between Asmongold and his chat is skippable stuff.
You and get these. Yeah, man. Yeah.
There was nothing.
He was normal, right? He was all right. But like, damn, man, like it's always weird whenever these people will do this, isn't it? It's so weird whenever they will do this. They always have something to say, but they never want to say it.
Yeah, if I was brought up in Asmongold chat, I'd have things to say.
But they apparently found no wrongdoing.
And the results of this investigation alleged that there was nothing wrong happening at the company.
Here's a funny thing about third-party private investigations. They do not have the power of discovery. So that means that if somebody doesn't produce the data and the information to the company, then the company and the investigator can't make a decision based off of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they can't subpoena anything. They can't get it. They can only get whatever data Mr. Beast decides to turn over. And if he only turns over evidence that makes him look innocent, then that's all they can ever determine. That, oh, he's innocent based on the evidence that he gave us.
So every third-party investigation, like
worse than or equal to Vosh. Okay, that probably was a comment from a while ago. Sorry, I missed it.
it's better to have one than not, but I wouldn't look at it as a case open and closed situation. I would not. Because people present and people volunteer evidence rather than evidence being surrendered.
Concept of investigating yourself to me sounds flawed, but I digress.
Which got Mr. Beast
It doesn't just sound flawed, it is flawed.
a ton of backlash for obvious reasons.
No way. The guys you paid found you innocent.
Yes.
While Mr. Beast did remove Ava from his channel once the controversy went public, many people started believing that Mr. Beast would do anything to protect his own image, which he did.
To be honest, I didn't really think too much of it because we just had like a lot of anime posters and things up, and it was an animated character.
In my opinion, this was one of the most damn...
Wait a minute. I didn't think much of it. We had a bunch of anime pictures up, anime
This was a very freaky picture on the wall.
characters. And then the beginning of the video, you brought up Shadman. Am I putting two on top of two here?
Yes.
things about the whole Mr.
Yes, this art right here.
Beast case. They had this freaky...
By the way, for those who can't see, this is a lolly character, and this right here is a gun that she's holding in her hand, and she has in her mouth that she's giving a blowjob to. The gun. It's, glad it's not too detailed, because it is not not explicit image, but is very very weird.
Key poster in their room, and Mr. Beast himself was even looking at it.
Yeah, and she's doing the eyes up. Yeah, and this is definitely a kid. And she may or may not be wearing any anything on her bottom. Yeah, it's not good. It's very bad.
Now I'm questioning my own eyes, because some people are saying this is...
It is not a kid-friendly picture.
Not Kris.
Why is he?
Elf was even looking.
I don't think that. I mean, it doesn't. That doesn't.
It's a young girl. Supposed to be. I think apparently it's based on a real underage girl, with a gun in her mouth, with eyes up. Crazy, ageho expression. How is that in any way okay?
Like this is like super hard to see. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with having a.
I can see it just fine. Can you just not see the gun?
Poster like that on? Like, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like a kid. I mean, I can barely see it, but like, it doesn't look immediately bad.
I think you're covering a little bit too hard for Mr. Beast here, Asmongold. I'm going to say this is one of your first bad takes in this video.
Looking at it. Now I'm questioning my own
It
eyes.
just looks like your usual, like, typical anime gooner shit, right? I mean, I don't know.
An underage girl giving a blowjob to a gun with the eyes up ageho expression, and that's normal to you, Asmongold? What do you have on your walls?
Because some people are saying this is not Kris.
Why is he? That ass Kris Tyson. Is it real? Why is he working at it?
That's not Kris.
Is that really it?
Is it?
Having a photo like that in your house is still effing weird.
Okay, pause. Why does this YouTube narrator guy...
I just wish I was able to see the photo.
Another member of Ava's
I don't know.
Discord server came
I
forward
guess
with
maybe I shouldn't say that if it's like a weird thing, but like
It is an incredibly weird thing. You have eyes. You saw the same picture I did. It's definitely weird.
to see the photo and like really make a decision.
new allegations against her and Mr. Beast.
Kris Tyson from Mr. Beast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old.
Okay, now we can stop thinking about a picture. This matters a little bit more, right?
The picture matters too. Just it's on the wall in Mr. Beast's house. It matters a lot.
More evidence coming out. Ava's reputation was slowly disintegrating, one leaked chat at a time. The release of these chat logs were controversial, as Nathan's character came into question, with people alleging that many of his claims were false. Regardless, the chat logs were real, as were the many inappropriate things Ava shared with minors on there.
Oh my
We straight up had the Epstein files before the Epstein Epstein files.
Well, when it comes to Sunny V2, many people agree that he was right about Mr. Beast.
While in retrospect, Sonny was right, let's not go ahead and pretend he had the goy ball palantir and he was this all-seeing deity that could know.
Well, he actually did. I mean, because all you have to do is do a temperature check on what people globally think about trans people. It's not good, by the way. It's bad. And so, big surprise, a lot of people didn't look at it and see it the same way. Yeah, it's that simple.
Yep.
Was going on.
The Kris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for Mr. Beast's brand. Kris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as, "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech."
I have never had my nails done.
His Twitter photos kept insinuating that Kris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his Mr. Beast appearances.
This next part's funny, so brace yourselves.
While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay.
It was all Carl's fault. He turned him gay. You know what? Maybe he did have the goy ball after all.
It's not, you don't need to be a wizard to understand that the only reason.
That's Saruman, right?
Reason why you have such acceptance for trans stuff in like media now is because it's forced on people. I remember seeing a study or like a survey where like 78% of people or something like that said that the viewpoints that they expressed about gender identity did not reflect what they actually felt about gender identity.
Yes, because people do not feel they can express themselves safely on this subject because there's cancel culture and there are very energetic activists out there ready to pounce on you and try to destroy your life if you say something wrong.
This is a massive manufactured consensus. Most people don't agree with this. Most people don't think this is the same thing.
Absolutely.
So you didn't, but like the problem is that this is forbidden information. You're not allowed to say this or notice this or acknowledge this. But it doesn't change.
That's why they want stuff like digital ID, so that you can't anonymously post on YouTube videos your true feelings.
It's the fact that, like, if you do this, you're going to have this outcome.
Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nail.
His wife is pissed. She's like, I wanted a husband. I'm out. Or, you know.
Yeah, she married a man. She didn't marry a woman.
Was based because they're divorced.
Kris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails.
Oh my god, I didn't even...
That is an accurate description of what happened.
Notice this, but look at the body language. It's brutal. And I'm not making this video out of hatred. I have no ill will towards Kris Tyson or anything of that sort. In fact,
I mean, like, if you're talking to minors on the internet from a position that your friend gave you, I think that...
And also, you abandoned your wife in order to do this. Because, yeah, deciding to change your gender is the same thing. You're basically throwing away your marriage because most people, straight people, won't be okay with suddenly having their spouse decide to the other gender.
That's something that I'd be negative about. I think that's pretty bad, especially if you're trying to dress up your toddlers in women's clothing after you're now identifying as a woman. Like, I think that's really bad. Like, that's like super bad. That's like CPS bad. Like, obviously these are allegations, so like I don't want to go ham on them, but I mean, that's real. Like, I mean, like, what the fuck, right?
I more so feel pity, mostly for Kris Tyson's son, though.
Yeah.
There goes.
Yes, for the son. The son is going to be bullied endlessly because of this. That's the world we live in. And yeah, to an extent, his father sacrificed him to live his best life, not caring the impact it would have on his kid, especially posting pictures of his kid with heels on. That's not a father that cares about his kid. That's the type of thing that he's going to get teased about later, the kid.
The father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times.
Joe Rogan, quote, got 82,000 likes in...
The reason why the Joe Rogan ass tweet got 82,000 likes is because it's true.
Yes.
That's the reason why. Is that a lot of cliches or like stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. Cliches are cliches for a reason.
I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker.
Yeah, and if he gets relentlessly bullied for years because of this, not having a father to look up to, just two mothers, yeah, that's going to be great for him.
See, that'd be a lot easier to believe
No
if we
father
didn't
figure.
already know
I
that.
became transsexual for my son.
No, that is a blatant lie. He did it for himself. If he was thinking what's best for his son, he wouldn't have done that if that was all he cared about.
Okay.
Kris was a addicted freak.
It's never too late to start being yourself, which received praise from...
Again, if he had been single when he decided to do this whole thing about reinventing himself, it would have been a whole different story. But when this reinvention is destroying what looked like a happy marriage with like a cute kid, it's different.
Mr. Beast.
I didn't know even YouTube chimed into this.
Kris likely believes
this was a whole thing where like everybody was part of this social contagion, where like nobody could have an opinion, and every big brand was like forcing this ideology. This is like what I was saying before about how woke ideology would not be possible without capitalism.
Okay, we're getting to his second bad take.
If you look at, for example, Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, all of the countries that really aren't very capitalist, none of them are woke. They're not even remotely close to being.
Russia is pretty damn capitalist. China right now is pretty damn capitalist too, and they don't have woke. Woke doesn't sell. You know it doesn't sell, Asmongold. It's an aberration. You have video game companies making games no one wants to play and going out of business. That isn't something you have in capitalism. That is something you have when you don't have capitalism, when you have companies doing what isn't in the best interest of their shareholders. His argument makes no sense.
Being woke. Capitalism enables wokeness.
No. Capitalism kills wokeness. You want all these companies going out of business, these gaming companies that make woke games going out of business? That's capitalism at work killing the woke. Capitalism kills woke. It's the non-capitalist elements of our society, the cabal at the top pushing this nonsense. That is the problem. And the reason why Russia and China don't have it is because they're not controlled. They are adversaries of the United States and not somewhere that they can easily push this nonsense.
If you didn't have capitalism, none of this garbage would be happening. It would have never even been allowed to happen.
People will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but...
No, it's the media. The media enabled this. You talk about companies, you talk about media and schools. They indoctrinated people, and the media didn't call it out. If you have a functioning media that reflects the will of the people, the beliefs of the people, they would have never gone along with any of the woke shit, or like men that think they can now be women. The public at large doesn't believe that. And if the media did its role and reflected the beliefs of the public, then this never would have happened. That's the problem. Corrupt media is the problem, root cause of it. Capitalism is the solution, is us not buying woke games and the companies that are infected with this woke ideology going under. That's capitalism at work. That's capitalism killing the woke.
Is this really going to happen?
No.
Everyone has...
Jack still thinks woke was an organic movement started by women. Yes, he still thinks that. He thinks a lot of things that aren't true, unfortunately. He still doesn't believe in conspiracy. Although he gets very close to it. But yeah, the conspiracy he believes is a conspiracy of woke women. He thinks Yeah, that's all it is. The Karens of the world. It's funny because he knows about Pizzagate. He knows there's a corrupt group at the top that are conspiring together, have control of the media enough to kill the original Pizzagate story. So you have a conspiracy that does control the media, and he knows it, but he doesn't acknowledge its existence.
Has changed their perception about Jimmy.
And it's just my clickbait video calling him broke.
I'm always a defender of Jimmy. I think that Mr. Beast is great.
And I think that's prudent as a content creator to not want to get on the bad side of the biggest content creator. And you carried water for him. Yes, you did. When you defended that Shadmed picture on his wall, that was one of the freakish things I've seen in a long time.
I think that he gets so much unnecessary hate. I do. I think it's completely unfair.
I think he isn't as bad as his haters say, but he isn't as great as his lovers proclaim either. I think he's somewhere between.
Sunny V2 was in fact right about Mr. Beast.
That was like bone chilling.
It's not just because he
This
sent
was
me
the solution Sunny provided Jimmy for the Ava issue.
The only clean solution should things go south might be for Kris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable.
Which is quite scary in how close to reality Sunny's prediction hit.
Even though Sunny never dove into the weird
Look,
denying.
right there. You have the close-up of the
reality,
picture.
Sunny's prediction hit.
Even though...
Yeah. Yeah. This is not an adult woman. That is, she has braces, for God's sake. She has braces. And, yeah, this is what Asmongold was defending. Oh, my God.
Sunny never dove into the weird stuff. It's no denying that his video did sort of age like fine wine.
Yeah, it did.
So Mr. Beast's friend,
Yeah.
he's been caught talking to kids, trying to children. Surprise, surprise. Didn't see that one coming.
He didn't see this one coming.
Oh, man. Let me guess. The next frame is going to be a Spider-Man meme?
Either. Looking at the Kris Tyson
Actually
channel,
not.
it's a sad sight.
Wrong.
Like, the dislikes are insane, and all the comments are very sad. Wake up, bro. Wake the f up. I was cool at some point, Kris.
that one hits hard.
Damn, bro. You really did f up. All we can do...
Damn, bro. You really did fuck up. Dude.
Imagine the kids that, they see Mr. Beast and his entourage, and he was an all-American guy, a manly man. That's how he was portrayed at the beginning on Mr. Beast's videos. And then you have this, I want to be a famous guy that gets to be in Mr. Beast videos like this Kris guy. And then this happens. The man you aspired to me is a woman.
That cuts that's bad. Damn, bro. You really fucked up.
Do is pray for him.
Speed, I'm watching the stream. Why are you trying not to laugh?
It's honestly not very funny. It's actually pretty sad. He's essentially a cautionary tale in what happens.
I don't feel bad for Kris because you put other people in a negative situation for your own levels of sexual deviance.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
I have compassion for people that are trans, but when you involve other people, especially when they're underage, in your validate.
You are in a Discord server with minors that are posting really inappropriate images and memes and shit. That's not good. When you're putting high heel shoes on your toddler, not good either.
That compassion evaporates. Like, this is like a fucking desert of compassion at this point. Like, there's no compassion. I don't feel bad for you at all. Should not have that happen. No compassion, bro. I think people people have mental problems. They do. They have mental problems, and they see themselves in a way that they don't identify in their mind. And
Again, it would have been a completely different scenario if he was not married. Because it has an entirely different impact. It impacts two other people, his wife and his son, in a dramatic way when he decides to do this.
I bet that dissonance is uncomfortable. And I think that it's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to give that some legitimacy and to acknowledge that these people are suffering. There's people that suffer from all kinds of things. It doesn't mean that you have to go along with every pronoun and you have to believe that they're a real woman and you have to do everything else. But you can acknowledge on a personal human level that, like, oh man, I bet if I felt that way, that would be awful. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's normal.
Yeah, if it was someone's just doing it and it's not impacting anyone else. Problem is that that's rarely the case. People that try to do this then try to go into women's changing rooms and stuff, or compete in women's sports and impact other people that way.
I'm not saying you have to go along with any of this shit.
But those who don't do that, don't have a wife and kid, you do you.
But you can have a level of human compassion for somebody going through some bullshit. But the compassion goes away, just like what I said with Lindsay Clancy. That shit goes away when you kill your kids. It goes away. I don't care about the way you feel anymore. Mental health only matters until you hurt somebody else, and now you're a problem.
I like your comment, Proto Snail. Normalizing skimpy and tight-fitting clothes helps hide inflation. It does to an extent, but honestly, with the amount of overweight people we have in America, it doesn't matter. I never see overweight people in skimpy clothing because no one wants to see that. So, but an extra large clothing uses a lot more fabric. So, it's a losing battle trying to normalize skimpy clothing for that reason.
You goon too close to the sun. I also stole the thumbnail idea from this dude, but hey, that's how mafia works.
You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic.
Yep. That's yuck.
He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full of difference and being alone.
Yeah, his friends won't want to go to his house. The parents of his friends won't want their kids going to his house.
Oh no!
But that's true, by the way. Like kids don't have to. Kids, bro.
Parents want to keep their kids around for anything that's weird or dangerous, and Kris has done a good job of making himself seem both weird and potentially dangerous with what he does. With those Discord servers.
Latest short on that Kris Tyson channel is playing a Roblox. If you're playing Roblox above the age of 18...
So you telling me, wait a minute, hold up. Let me listen to this again.
His house. A life full of difference and being alone.
Oh no, the latest short on that Kris Tyson channel is playing a Roblox. If you're playing
Roblox...
He's playing Roblox, the game that is famous for having problems with predators going after kids. Yeah, and he's playing Roblox. If you want to go after kids, that's the game to play.
So, is this a metaphor of fishing where the fish are?
Yep.
Blocks above the age of 18, newsflash.
So during all that, even when I was like rotting in bed for like the first 6 months of my transition, the literal only time I'd leave my house was to go film, and I'd immediately go right back.
So Tucker, 10 years down the road, when you're 9.5 years old and watching this, what do you want him to know?
I was cool at some point.
It's like that meme, what did it cost? Everything.
Everything.
All of Kris's friends are gone. Career is absolutely obliterated. Reputation is in the absolute toilet, and the family...
I think that really, like...
Yeah, he had this family. He was in Mr. Beast videos. He was set for life. All he had to do was be normal. Well, and but I guess it was important for him to not be.
Even if you ruined your entire professional career to be trans, I think that's actually kind of based.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, if you end up like a loser bum, that's based. No. And you can't say that. Saying that when there is this picture in the frame as with gold, they think it was kind of a base that he threw away this family is kind of sick of you, I'd say in this case. Yeah. Look what he had. Look what the job, one thing, but he had this family. Happy family, a happy kid, and he threw that away. And if you're going to say that's based, fuck you.
Because you get to live the life that you think that you deserve. You get to be who you think you are.
And you're saying all this with this picture on the screen.
The only problem that I have with this is that you hurt other people and you talk to minors.
You hurt other people, destroyed your family. You gave trauma to your son long term. Oh. Be very weird to kids. Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't think he made the right choices.
Like, that's really, bro, he had a beautiful family. Exactly. Like, so let me finish what I said before.
Let you finish. This was on your screen the entire time.
Before you crash out. Shut the fuck up. Like, I get it. I get what I'm saying, but I'm talking about, like, as an individual.
He is gone as well. Chris's
That's kind of two big ones. You got that. Yeah.
TikTok hasn't been active since 2022. However, this apparent fan account was posted until 24. And while I can't conclusively say that is Kris Tyson, like, who would make a fan account of this? From being a star at Mr. Beast to working in the movie theater, I guess this is just a legacy.
And he's wearing men's clothes here in the movie theater.
Of Kris Tyson.
Yep.
Subscribe to my channel if you missed the old Kris.
I was cool at some point.
Jesus.
But unfortunately,
cool
we ran
at
out of
some
time
point.
for today's video.
God damn. Like,
of
give me
these
a
white
minute.
liberals.
Oh no. Okay,
I
all right.
deserve
We're not ready for that one yet. So, how'd the guy fuck this shit up that bad? I think that people just are uncomfortable about the trans stuff. So, like, what happens is that, and I think YouTube is a great example of how this works, because YouTube is a free market, and it's a free market that's completely controlled by the population, and it's an international population for the most part. So if you do something or act a certain way that people just don't generally approve of, it doesn't really matter what, you know, a company says. It doesn't matter what YouTube even says. You're just not gonna, you're not gonna succeed. Like, YouTube is the ultimate free market. And I think that that's one of the best things about it. Is it based to live like a kangaroo because your mental illness tells you to? If you are happier living as a kangaroo while you are not being a drain on society or hurting other people about you, other people by your behavior, yeah, I think it's based. I think that self-actualization and being able to live the way that you want to live with no restrictions is the pinnacle of the human experience and existence. And whether that means being 600 pounds, having $600 million, having 600 wives, or, you know, having 600 genders, the only problem that I have is when it hurts somebody else. That's it.
I guess we do agree there fundamentally. Live your best life as long as it's not hurting other people. Anyway, this will be a video on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Come watch and kick our Twitch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.